we must fundamentally shift the way we perceive work and value in our society. And I have a three-part plan to make this happen and solve for the greatest issue that threatens our way of life today. Now, the first is the freedom dividend, where every American adult would receive $1,000 free and clear, no questions asked, every month to pay your bills, invest in your families, start new businesses, and do what you want to do because you know how best you would use that money. Already right now, 31% of Iowans are working full-time and cannot make ends meet, and 59% of our fellow Americans cannot pay an unexpected $500 bill. They are living paycheck to paycheck, week to week, and you know that is the reality for many of your friends and neighbors. And we can change that. We can give Americans a raise. So many of you might think, wow, that sounds phenomenal, too good to be true, but I want to give you some background and history. A law almost exactly like this passed the House of Representatives in 1971 under Richard Nixon. Martin Luther King was for it. 1,000 economists signed a letter saying this would be great for the economy and society. And a plan just like this has been in effect in one state for 36 years, where it has created thousands of jobs, helped improve children's nutrition, and lowered income inequality. And what state is that? You may or may not know. Yeah, it's Alaska. And they use oil money. And I'm going to ask you all today, Democrats of Iowa, what is the oil of today? Technology. That's right. That is the oil of today. So my plan, the freedom dividend, would put $16 billion into the hands of Iowans every year so that you could pay your bills and do everything that you would do with $1,000 more per month, and it would create over 40,000 jobs in Iowa immediately. Now, this is a very, very big plan and a big move, but it's something that we can achieve because, again, you determine the future of this country, and we need to build an economy that actually puts human goals and values front and center, invest in our people, and build a trickle-up economy. The Republicans have been selling that trickle-down garbage for decades, and we know it doesn't work at all. They even know it doesn't work. They know it's nonsense. So we're going to build a trickle-up economy from our people up, our families up, and our communities up, and that's the first big move I'll make as president. The second is that we need to get healthcare costs off the backs of American families and businesses. I've been an entrepreneur and CEO, and I know it's harder to expand your business, it's harder to hire, it's harder to start a business, it's even harder to switch jobs. We spend twice as much as other industrialized countries on our healthcare than other countries because our system rewards activity and not healthfulness. And as president, I will move us towards Medicare for all and get the incentives right. And the third thing is that we have to change the way we measure progress in our economy. GDP is something we invented less than 100 years ago during the Great Depression. And even the inventor said this is a terrible measurement for national well-being. So of course, what do? We start using it as a measurement for national well-being. Oh, it's true, he was a smart man. He was smarter than the people that have been using it. Now, I'm running for president right now, and my wife is working much harder than I am. And those of you who have kids at home, raise your hand if you have kids at home. Most of you? Gotta be more parents than that. My wife is at home with our young boys who are 5 and 2, one of whom has special needs, and she's working much, much harder than I do. What does GDP value her work at right now? 0. And we all know that's nonsense. We know that she's contributing much more value than the average hedge fund investor or Silicon Valley programmer. We need to shift to new measurements for our economic progress, things that matter to us, like childhood success rates, mental health and freedom from substance abuse, environmental quality, median income and wealth, proportion of elderly in quality care that can actually retire with dignity. These are the measurements that would actually tell us how we're doing. And as president, I will establish the American scorecard and present on how we are doing every year at the State of the Union. So these are the 3 big ideas to get us through the greatest economic shift in human history. And I'm going to close with a conversation I had in Washington, D.C. that will be familiar to some of you. So I was going through these issues and saying, look, this is a giant technology shift, and the American people are being devastated through no fault of their own. What are we going to do about it? And this is what someone said to me. He said to me, you are in the wrong town. That this town is not a town of leaders. This is a town of laggards and followers. We will be the last people to figure this out. And what you must do, Andrew, is you must create a wave in other parts of the country and bring it crashing down on our heads, and only then will we understand. And that is why I'm with you here tonight, Democrats of Iowa. I need your help to create this wave, to build an economy from the ground up, to show that we still live in a democracy and that America needs your leadership right now. America needs your leadership, your courage, your vision, your compassion, your faith, and your fellowship to light the way. Now, I've got to say that I've been looking forward to this occasion for a long time, because I know the power you have in your hands, even though you don't always feel it day to day, because you are fighting the fight. But I'm going to tell you that you are some of the most powerful people in this country, and that we are all going to come to you and ask you for your support, and that's what I'm doing here tonight. But together, if we work our hearts out, we can show our fellow Americans that we still live in a democracy, that people matter more than money, that our values are more powerful than any lobbyists, and that if we put everything we have into it, we can still build a country that we are proud of to leave for our children. Thank you very much, Democrats of Iowa. Lorraine Knight, God bless you all. God bless the United States of America. Thank you all.
Are all y'all paying attention? Automation gonna sweep the nation unless we get him in. Andrew Yang, 2020 freedom dividend. Climate change is real again. Science rules. Teachers bringing home some bread. Medicare for every citizen.